Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Felicia Lawrence with Rob Ellis, and he has some not so great news for us. So we're warm.
Yes.
We're still
relatively.
warm-ish.
Yeah.
Yes, relatively. And it's going to be changing, getting a little bit cooler, and we're going to be seeing some snow move in eventually. Rob.
There's a lot to talk about. I mean, this is really kind of a complicated system. So I said snow, snow, cold. That's the easiest way to remember it. Snow, snow, cold. So when does that first chance for snow get here? Let's dive right in and show you when, because as you said, we're warm. It's got to cool down quite a bit. Now, those are the gusty winds that you're feeling that are going to bring the cold air in. It's the transition to the cold part right now. As you can see, some scattered snow showers trying to make their way in. This is when we transition to some colder air, but this is not likely going to lead to much in the way of any accumulation. It's mild. Any snow that does fall is likely not going to stick or will melt pretty quickly, but some snow showers are certainly in the forecast for the rest of the day today and likely through the evening for tonight. Temperatures are currently at 40 right now, and this will probably be the warmest it's going to be at least until next week. So enjoy this while you can, because the temperatures are dropping, and once they do, they are going to drop in a big way. Here's future track. There's that chance for some snow showers through this afternoon. May cause some issues for the evening commute, but not anticipating any accumulation. Notice the temperatures into the 20s by early morning, and 20s are going to be warm by comparison by this weekend. Thursday afternoon, we're looking okay, but as we get into the evening, that's when things will begin to change. So snow showers with little to no accumulation tonight, down to 23. Tomorrow, we do expect most of the day to be dry, but by the end of this forecast, snow arrives. Snow arrives Thursday evening. Remember, I said snow, snow, cold. Snow tomorrow evening into Friday, then more snow, then cold. I have details on all this part of the forecast coming up.
All right, new this afternoon, we're learning that a student killed in a shooting at Kentucky State University was from Indy. And it happened at KSU, which is in Frankfort. One student, 19-year-old Dejan Darrell Fox Jr., died. Another student remains in critical condition. Police say they arrested a suspect from Evansville, 48-year-old Jacob Lee Bard. He is facing charges for murder and assault charges. Police say Bard is not a KSU student. University leaders say the students were shot near a residence hall on the south side of campus. The university's president is calling it a senseless tragedy. And this afternoon, Metro Police are investigating two separate crashes on the city's west side, critically injuring two pedestrians, both happening just moments after one another. So that first crash happened just after 6:30 this morning along West Washington Street. The video that you see is from that scene near Coolidge Streets, east of South Lyndhurst Drive. Officers say that's where they found one pedestrian, a man in the road. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The driver did stay on the scene. Then just about 45 minutes after that crash, IMPD was called to Rockville Road, also near South Lyndhurst Drive, on reports of another pedestrian struck. This crash involving a pickup truck. That driver also stayed at the scene. Now, the pedestrian was taken to the hospital in critical but stable condition. We're working to learn what led up to both of these crashes. Once we learn more, we'll be sure to update you on air and online at WTHR.com. To the courtroom, where a man is facing charges accused of killing another man inside the Indiana Convention Center. This happened in September of 2024. A witness told police they heard some commotion and saw Brian Fulton punching 58-year-old Alan Gosnell. That witness says he saw Fulton wrap something around Gosnell until he stopped breathing. Police say Fulton allegedly told them he, quote, just neutralize an international terrorist nuclear threat. We're going to let you know what comes from today's court hearing. And the murder trial for a mother accused of killing her son and stuffing his body in a suitcase is moving from Indiana to Kentucky. Cairo Jordan's body was found inside a suitcase in southern Indiana back in 2022. Well, his mother, Dejan Anderson, was originally charged in Indiana. That case is now dismissed, but a grand jury in Kentucky indicted her for murder, first-degree manslaughter, criminal abuse, and abuse of a corpse. And more than 36 people here in Indy who were all set to raise their hand, take the oath, and become U.S. citizens were apparently turned away at the door. The Marion County Clerk tells us their dreams were denied. Our Alex Almanza tried to get more answers. Here's what he learned happened.
Ceremonies like this one are dedicated to celebrating America's newest citizens. They're filled with pomp and circumstance.
Please respond by saying, "I do."
But tradition stretches back nearly as far as the nation itself. An oath, a flag, a promise spoken out loud.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
The script is usually predictable, at least until now.
It's wrong. Every part of that is wrong.
On Tuesday, Marion County Clerk Kate Sweeney Bell says 38 out of 100 people set to take the oath to be U.S. citizens at Union Station were turned away. Bell says the clerk's office usually attends these events to register new citizens to vote. On Tuesday, dozens of people lost out on that privilege, too.
They've taken the tests. They've learned our history. They have a rudimentary understanding of the language.
This comes amid a Trump administration travel ban on more than a dozen countries. People at naturalization ceremonies across the country getting notices that they're from the countries included in the travel ban. It's unclear if what happened at the ceremony here in Indianapolis is for the same reason, but it's something immigration attorney Rachel Van Tile says is a growing concern for prospective citizens.
We knew that it was happening in other within people from the 19 travel ban countries, that was happening. We had heard of interviews being canceled and things like that, but I hadn't heard that it had happened locally where they had pulled people out of line at an oath ceremony. It's very disappointing.
Now to a new proposed legislation at the State House tackling immigration enforcement. State Senator Liz Brown, a Republican from Allen County, says every single issue that's been a concern with her constituents is covered.
The biggest thing is making sure that we didn't grow government and that the power isn't centered in one agency or individual, that those agencies and individuals, or sheriffs, for example, not only have the ability to carry out these laws, but the training that they need.
Senator Brown says the scope of the bill clarifies the Sanctuary City campus ban, as well as a $10,000 fine if it is not enforced. There will also be certain procedures local law enforcement will need to follow. We have more details on this bill and others being debated. It's right now on our website at WTHR.com. So the bill on redrawing our state's congressional maps heads before the full Senate. Senators will get the chance to offer changes to the bill and then vote on them. Yesterday, state senators adopted the report from the committee's debate. The measure already cleared the House, and all of this is in an attempt to redraw our state's congressional district lines. The new lines could help Republicans keep a majority in the U.S. House in the 2026 midterms. And now we're looking at a potential vote on these new lines tomorrow. And remember, you can catch up on the redistricting debate. We've been discussing it for weeks now on our Crossroads Politics show, which is on WTHR Plus. Our team explains the significance of this bill.